heretic of Zata, in banishment answer. Can the Orokin ever be forgiven?
He spoke in truths. A devil has come.
Solen Lua, we will cleanse this follower.
Uriel, the heretic of Zata, the first devil-themed frame and link to the old piece update. Before we dive into this new demonic entity, please worship at the coffee altar by providing me with your likes, comments and subs, for the Barbarian needs her army. Now, Uriel will be the 63rd Warframe to be released and will be available from the 10th of December when the old piece update drops. Uriel is linked to the Devil's Triad that we saw at the beginning, the other two characters being Leon Allard and Marie Leroux, Harrow and Wisp Protoframes respectively. We also now know that Uriel will have his own Protoframe, being an Orokin that goes by the name of Roth. These three characters make up the new area, which will be accessible after you have completed the old piece quest, and it is located in the Sanctum Anatomica. They are also very much linked to a new game mode called Descendia. This feels very much like the opposite of Jade's Ascendia game mode on Uranus, making one think she may be the angel opposed to Uriel's devil. Descendia is obviously, to me, inspired by Dante's Inferno, cemented by the fact that when they first premiered footage of this area in DevStream 190, they actually used Dante the Warframe. And the Devil's Triad area in La Cathedral is not a new syndicate, no, they are described as vendors. It appears Marie will be helping us with the tech to list artifacts we require to build new weapons for the Focus School Tau expansions, and Roth appears to offer us some titles. These appear to be usable in game and are linked to our profiles. And Leon? Well, they haven't revealed yet what he will be offering us, mainly because we must complete something we don't know about yet to even get him to talk to us. Now, they are going to make an announcement on the 11th of December from the game show, and it's about this update, I guess, so I don't know if it's about another area, maybe a Tau area, or whether this is about what Leon is going to ask us to do. Now, what we do know is that we must play the Descendia game mode to access parts for Uriel, who I think will also probably be available from Leon, because it didn't seem like he was available from anywhere else, unless the blueprints are also available from Roth. I'm not sure, they didn't click on everything else. There's some secretive things, but usually where a blueprint will drop from is also where you can buy it from one of the vendors there, much like Dante at the Sanctum Anatomica, so on and so forth. Now, I'm sure he'll also be available for Platinum from the in-game market. Descendia is comprised of 21 levels with varying objectives to complete in each, and we won't have to do all 21 levels in one go. They split them into groups of 7. We do know they will change weekly, and we are heading downwards, much like Dante in the 9 levels of hell in Dante's Inferno poem. It is quite epic. If you can read it at some point, I suggest giving it a go. And as for our shiny new Devil Frame, well, when we get our hands on him, we're gonna know all about his abilities because they told us in DevStream 191. And as you can see, we also get a new simulacrum to play around in. Now, we know he has a permanent companion as his passive, and 2 more popping in when you pop his further abilities. They've classed them as summons, but as I mentioned, the first one isn't being summoned, it's just there all of the time. When you pop your second ability, you get the second little demon popping up, and the same when you pop your third ability. Now, they are below Uriel in the demon hierarchy, but still won't do exactly what he tells them to do, so they do their own thing, and it will be up to us whether to go take advantage of those boosts that they will give us if we want to do so. So the permanent demon is Katanek. Ergo, he doesn't cost any energy, he's just there all of the time. He likes to chain the enemies. Any enemies chained together share the damage dealt to any of them. So we need to look out for the chains. And then we have Gulfagor, who appears when we pop our second ability, Remedium. Gulfagor is also known by Pablo as the Hugger Guy, and that's what he does. Much like myself, much like a Xenomorph, in fact, in Alien, Gulfagor jumps onto high priority enemies, sucks the living life out of them, and if you shoot them while he's attached, they drop more orbs. So, giving back health, energy, etc. The enemies will also be affected by an area of fire and heat damage. So, bit of a theme here. And then when you pop Uriel's third ability, Demonium, you get a third helpy helperton named Vithalus. He goes to wherever you kill enemies and summons a rune from them. When you pick up that rune, you gain heat damage on your ammo and increased fire rate. Using their actions, we can fill up the flame bar you see on the bottom right of the screen, and these 3 are literally just his passives. These aren't his main abilities, so they sort of pop up when you pop the other abilities. So let's have a look at those. And so his first ability is called Infernalis, and basically covers you and the area around you with fire and brimstone. And while this ability is running, if you press bullet jump, you turn into this, a flaming comet that essentially allows you to fly around the room, take stock of the fight below, and even shoot mid-air before returning to a hellfire tornado, out to ruin everybody's day. His second ability, Remedium, this is just really a healing ability, and it also wipes off status effects. It also aids your summoned demons. Aww, teamwork makes the dream work. And his third ability, Demonium, it rips out small pieces of your enemy's souls. Aww, and I know we all want to do that from time to time, am I right? Anyway, it causes the enemies to take more damage and synergizes with the first ability, Infernalis, so it spreads the heat damage further among your foes. Imagine the funsies we're going to have with that, my toasty little demons. And the fourth ability, a Brimstone. It's exactly what it says on the tin. You press the button and enemies go bye-bye. Pablo seemed very excited about this one. It's much like Ember's ability before they nerfed it. Maybe this is kind of their way of apologising for the older players for that. They also used Ember Prime as the Vanguard enemy in this demo, so, there's a bit of a theme going on. They also showed that if you emote, your summoned demons will react to that emote, so they get all wiggly and agitated. More on that when we get our own hands on the devil, because you better believe I am going to be investigating, using, modding, ranking up this beautiful new frame, and potentially investing in a new skin. So there you go, my dears, a brief pre-overview of our new devil frame before we get our hands actually on him. And I do want to know, will you be considering buying the Rogue Protoframe skin or no? It appears that it will be a new way of personalizing the colors on that skin. They made half Rogue Warframe and half Orokin color, so the color split is more 50-50. And as he is the first Orokin Protoframe, I am nothing but intrigued. So with that in mind, maybe I will be in game building up as much plat as I can for the next week or so before the update drops. So do let us know your thoughts down below on the new Descendia area node, the Devil's Triad and the Dark Refactory, and will you be dating Marie? I know a certain someone in my Discord who will be right up that alley, so to speak, as soon as they possibly can, and who can blame them? Wisp has been an icon of Warframe since she was released and is one of the most useful frames generally in game. So if you want to know how to mod her, come find Zenuric on the Coffee Barbarian Discord, because he has many many Wisp builds, and I mean many. Anyway, what do you think of the Descendia being open to newer players, maybe who haven't got to that content yet? They're giving us a new option to skip playing the old piece, so you can just go and play the Descendia node, I believe. I'm not sure about the Parita. I think that's only available after the old peace quest is completed. However, if you're under MR10, you won't, if you skip, you won't be able to go in there. I think it's on matchmaking or solo. You have to go with a buddy, essentially, but it's a way to, you know, get a taste of later on in game without having any of the spoilers. Guys, let me know what you think of that. In the meantime, I want to thank you for sticking around to the end and supporting my channel. I really do hope to see you in the next one, no matter what it may be. But in the meantime, you take care now and goodbye.